welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to day 3 of my holiday card series. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of distress inking, creating our own background. So I'm going to start off by using some distress watercolor cardstock from Tim Holtz here. This is my favorite watercolor cardstock. Actually, it's probably really the only one I've really tried, but the fact that it's already A2 size and that it's white is the biggest reasons why I like it. So, and I don't do a whole lot of heavy watercoloring anyway, so for what I use it for, it's perfect. So I'm going to start out by creating my colored background. So I'm using 2 colors of distress ink here. I'm using Peacock Feathers and Blueprint Sketch. And I'm just starting out by using the Peacock Feathers. And I absolutely love these 2 colors together. I think it's a really 2 colors that really do complement each other. So that's why I decided to use them today, and it really does create a really pretty wintry background scene or color combination, I feel. So I'm just starting out by just lightly putting down basically a base color. I am going to build this up slowly because these 2 colors are really pigmented or really strong in their color. You really do want to start out really light-handed, because if you do you could always add ink, but you can't take it away. And that's pretty much with anything, especially if you color images or whatever. With distress ink, it's really good idea to kind of start out slow and just build your way up. Even though it takes a little bit longer, it really is worth it in the end, I think. So I'm going to move on to my second color, Blueprint Sketch. And this is one of my newest favorite colors of the Distress Ink line. I really do enjoy it, and like the different color combinations that I have used it with. So, but you can see how it took me probably about 15 minutes or so to really build this up. So that's why I edited a lot of it out. So just to save you guys, so the video wouldn't be extremely long. But so I'm just going back and forth and blending my 2 colors together. And now I'm taking my little water spritzer here, and it's actually a distress spritzer. And I am spraying that onto the background here. And as you know, that distress inks, they react really well with water. That's how they were formulated. So I just spritz down some of that water onto that background just to give it some really pretty water droplets, if you will. And then I'm just letting it sit there just for a few moments, and then I'm taking my towel, as you can see there, and just dotting that water up, and it creates that really fun splattered background that we all have come to love. So I am going to go on ahead and move on to go ahead and stamping down my sentiment before we move on to our next step. This is one from Mama Elephant, and I'm just stamping it down in the, hybrid ink from my Favorite Things. And I wanted to go ahead and get my sentiment out of the way because I'm going to be using this mask here from the Create a Smile I think it's called Snow Dance Kit. And I'm going to be using this glitter paste. I just recently bought this about a week or 2 back, probably about 2 weeks ago, and it's my first chance to really get to using it. So normally whenever I use a stencil, probably as we all do, I would tape it down and obviously use the whole thing as a background, or majority of it. But today I am using it just bits and pieces of the stencil, because I want to select my own little snowflakes here. So I'm strategically placing this down onto my background and taking my tool here and getting some of my glitter paste and adding my my paste randomly as we go along the background here. Like I said, this is the first time that I have used this paste, glitter paste, and I thought whenever I saw this initially, I thought it was going to be perfect for this stencil here. So I was really looking forward to using the stencil with this glitter paste. So as you can see, I've got that one down. Now, as we go along here, It is going to be a little bit hard to in the video to pick up how beautiful these snowflakes are. You'll see a little bit of the sparkle, but I will show you throughout the video a little closer shots of the snowflakes and how just beautiful they are. And they are, this looks like transparent, and it just really blends into the background. And I really do think that it just adds to our distress ink background. So like I said, I'm just strategically going around my stencil and kind of deciding which snowflakes to use along this stencil. And I'm not putting a whole lot of this paste on because I knew that I would have to have dry time, and I didn't want it to be too thick, but I did want a little bit of depth. So I kind of made it in between to make sure that I did have dimension to my background here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up by adding my snowflakes here and getting this all inkied up. And so is inkied up a word? I don't know. I guess I could just created it, but anyway, so with this too, you want to work fast because this stuff will dry quickly. So that's another tip, just in case you do decide to go ahead and get this glitter paste, or just anything that you work with, embossing paste or anything like that. You want to work fast because you don't want it to dry onto your stencils. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the rest of our card. I'm taking this scallop border here. This is from Lawn Fawn. This is their stackables, or scallop stackables, rectangle stackables. And I'm using the next to, it's not the biggest one, it's the next one down. And I'm creating my card base with it. And as you can see, I purposely, at the very, very top there, I left that part off so I could create my card base using this whole, it would create a scallop border all the way around my card base here. So I need to go ahead and trim down our panel here. So I'm just kind of placing that on there and seeing how much I need to trim off. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take my trimmer here and going to trim off, and I think it's about 1/8 of an inch that I decided on. So I'm taking my trimmer and taking 1/8 of an inch off all the way around, so it will have a nice black border all the way around our main panel here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up cutting that off, and then I'm going to add some foam adhesive on the back of our main panel here to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I was debating on whether or not to add the foam tape because I knew that I would be mailing this. But I knew that this foam tape here it's not too thick, so it gives it just enough dimension, but it doesn't make it too thick to where you'll need to add extra postage, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and add that main panel to our card base here. And it is an A2 size card. And I'm going to add just a little bit of details before we finish up the card. I'm taking out my sequins here, and I'm just choosing a couple of sizes of the Pretty Pink Posh sparkling clear sequins. And how I add my sequins is I discovered this through Nicole McGork's channel. She uses these Zots bling adhesive, and they're just small enough. They're glue dots, and they're really, really strong glue dots, but they're small enough to really, really hold on to the sequins. So you can add, the really small sizes, they're 4mm, or you could go up to the 6, and it would fit just on both sizes really, really well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up adding my sequins here, and then I'm going to take some stickles, and I'm going to add just a little bit of the stickles in the middle of each of the stickles here, just to add just a little bit of finished detail there. So that pretty much finishes up the card for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. For all of the supplies that I use, they are listed and linked below the video, as always. And I invite you to go ahead and visit my blog at www.KWCardDesign.com. And for more information, go ahead and just visit the YouTube description below. And I also have 2 more videos that are also in my card series for this year, if you want to check those out as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in my next video.